Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I am going to be reviewing my Chieftain A whistle. Now I'll show you the make and model on screen. You can see that it says 260104KWL Chieftain. This is a second-hand whistle, so I don't actually know what this whistle is. I think it's a Thunderbird, but I'm not entirely sure what those numbers and symbols mean on the back there. But as you can see, it is a very well-made whistle. It's in the key of A. If we take a look at the top of the whistle here, you can see that the mouthpiece is beautifully moulded. It's actually quite a square design, but quite a narrow windway if you look at the top. It's got this lovely moulded and inserted metal fipple, which has been nicely shaped and smoothed off. You can see there's no rough edges or anything. You can see there is some sort of tarnishing here. As I said, it arrived to me in this condition as it was a second-hand whistle that I bought from someone else, not from Chieftain directly. But it's in pretty good condition for a second-hand used whistle. If we go down the body a little bit further, this whistle is tunable. If I take the tuning slide off here, you can see that it's very, very smooth. I have greased this, but the condition and the sizing fits all really well. And at the top here, when we take this off, you'll notice that there is this little almost cork or rubbery band. Now, I don't know what that is, but basically what it does is it seems to expand a little and stop any air coming out through this tuning slide. So that is a really good feature. I don't know if it's just for cushioning or if it's just for stopping that excess air, but it seems to do the trick really well. If you adjust the tuning on this, there's definitely no air leaking anywhere. Now, moving further down the whistle, you'll see, although not particularly wide bore, does have very large finger holes. This second hole in particular I find quite difficult to cover, and I don't particularly have small fingers, although they are quite slender. The first, third, fourth and sixth holes are the same size, and that fifth hole, which is often the largest on a whistle, is also the largest here as well. This one I find particularly difficult to cover, especially if you're doing the piper's grip. You don't necessarily need it with this whistle, but I do use it, and that is quite difficult to cover. You'll see also at the bottom here the little key marked in on the whistle. So now you've seen the close-ups. It's a very well-made whistle. It feels sturdy, it feels good quality, it looks beautiful as well. An A whistle is a good size if you're branching into low whistles, having started with high whistles, as the holes themselves aren't particularly distant from each other. So there's not much of a piper's grip required. You could play this with your finger pads if you really wanted to, but as I said, even on my B-flat whistle, I do play with the piper's grip because I find it easier. Only on the bottom hand though, because I only ever do it on the bottom hand anyway. I'll give you a quick play of a few tunes on this and we'll see how it sounds. So that is a quick overview. That was A Whole New World from Aladdin. You guys will be able to see a video for that linked up here. So as you can hear, it is a beautiful sounding whistle. It plays low notes with a decent volume. They do have a little rasp to them, even when you warm the whistle up, and it does need warming up. And as you can hear, the more you warm it up, the clearer it gets. As for the top notes, they're not particularly difficult to reach on this whistle. You don't need too much air to get all the way to the top. I'll give you a quick scale. So as you can hear, you can get right the way to the top without too much effort. It's quite loud, but it's fairly uniform in most of its notes, which is really nice. It's quite a balanced whistle in that respect. It's not overly large on the bore, as I've said, but the whistle actual metal is very thick, so that does give it a nice depth of tone. The main problem has been for me covering this second and fifth hole, and I do find that it clogs a little more quickly than some of my other whistles. You might be able to see here already that there is some condensation just here in the mouthpiece, and that is just from what I've just played for you. So you do need to shake this whistle out quite often, and just be careful, make sure you've warmed it up well. Now, one of the plus points of having large holes is that this whistle is amazing at half holing, and that's because you've got so much more space to play with. So if you guys have listened to my Aladdin tutorial, then you may have noticed that there is a half hole in that, and that half hole is the third finger down. Now, on some smaller whistles where the holes are smaller, getting that half hole on a small hole can be quite difficult, but with so much space here, it's actually pretty easy. And that can be useful if you're interested in playing chromatic tunes or chromatic notes that don't usually appear on your whistle. Tunes with a lot of additional notes in can be reached on this whistle with a lot of ease. It's an easy whistle to take care of, it's a nice one to take with you, it is ridiculously sturdy, it is by far the sturdiest whistle I own. And yeah, the tuning slide is definitely the most impressive of all the whistles I have that do have a tuning feature. It is the smoothest, the easiest, and definitely leaks the least air. Now, I paid £150 for this second-hand. You can get these whistles in a few different places as well. There are loads of reviews and sound samples of Chieftain whistles online. They always have that lovely, slightly breathy, softer, airy sound to them, which I like. But yeah, really nice whistle to have in your collection. So I hope you enjoyed this quick review of my Chieftain whistle in A. If you'd like to see any more tunes or any more videos where I play this whistle, then do let me know in the comments down below. Suggest some songs that you'd like to hear on the Chieftain A, and I will play them for you. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell notification button. If you don't follow me on Ko-fi or Patreon, please do check those out. That's where you guys can support me even further on my channel to keep buying more whistles to show you, and also to, yeah, keep making fresh tin whistle content. That's it from me this week. Until next time, happy whistling, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.